Darcy Silva and Georgie Rusev didn't hold back in a recent interview where they were asked to share their thoughts on the most talked-about couples from recent seasons, namely Jasmine and Gino and Tigerlily and Adnan. While Darcy offered a more empathetic take, Georgie came in hot with some brutally honest opinions. Let's start with Jasmine and Gino. Darcy revealed that she has a soft spot for Gino and genuinely cares about Jasmine too. But despite that, she believes they're simply not meant to be. In her view, there's too much blame, emotional damage, and miscommunication between them. She suggested that both would be better off parting ways, and even encouraged Jasmine to pursue her new connection with Matt and embrace motherhood, calling children God's blessings. According to Darcy, it's time for Jasmine to focus on healing, being a mother, and creating a stable future for herself. Georgie, however, didn't sugarcoat anything. He labeled Jasmine as manipulative and said she always wants things her way, leaving Gino emotionally confused and exhausted. He believes Jasmine isn't willing to compromise, and it's wearing Gino down. While Darcy seemed open to seeing both sides, Georgie felt Jasmine's behavior was a red flag, plain and simple. The couple also chimed in on another hot topic, Tigerlily and Adnan. Darcy expressed concern over the pressure Adnan seems to be placing on Tigerlily, especially regarding her beliefs. She advised him to stop trying to control her or push her into changing her religion. While Darcy admitted she's curious to see how their story unfolds, she stressed the importance of mutual respect in any relationship. Georgie, once again, didn't hold back. He pointed out that both Tigerlily and Adnan are trying to control each other, which is why things keep falling apart. In his opinion, the constant power struggle is what's fueling the tension. Darcy agreed, adding that Adnan needs to grow up. She acknowledged that both individuals have strong personalities, which naturally brings conflict, but wondered if they could ever find real harmony without giving up their need for control. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Darcy and Georgie are facing their own issues. As they prepare for a trip to meet George's family, things turn tense when Georgie asked Darcy to dress modestly. Wanting to make a good impression, he hoped she'd tone down her usual glam. But when Darcy showed up in a plunging black gown, confident and proud, Georgie was quick to criticize. He bluntly told her cleavage was too much and worried that people in his home country would judge her harshly, especially since, culturally, older women are expected to dress more conservatively. Though the tension between them was evident, their ability to sit down and talk about other couples shows how reflective they've become about relationships in general. Whether it's Jasmine and Gino's toxic patterns or Tigerlily and Adnan's ongoing power plays, Darcy and Georgie are proving they're not afraid to speak their minds, even if it stirs the pot. Darcy Silva has built her image around bold fashion choices and extreme makeovers, but now, it looks like she's ready to take a step back. Known for her love of cosmetic procedures, Darcy and her twin sister, Stacy, have often gone under the knife together to achieve their signature glam look. But fans are growing increasingly frustrated with the sisters' obsession with surgery, and Darcy might finally be feeling the pressure. This season, she joins happily ever after alongside her husband Georgie Rusev. The couple is preparing to visit his home country, Bulgaria, where Darcy will meet his family for the first time. But Georgie has concerns. He asked Darcy to tone down her appearance and dress more conservatively to make a good impression. That request didn't sit well. Things quickly turned tense when Georgie criticized Darcy's outfit, particularly her cleavage. He even went so far as to say people might call her inappropriate names based on how she looked. Darcy, visibly hurt, began questioning if her appearance could ruin this important introduction. In an effort to compromise, Darcy started what she calls a makeunder. She trimmed her nails, softened her lashes, and planned to gradually reduce other aspects of her glam look. But Georgie barely noticed the difference, and his reaction wasn't what she hoped for. Still, Darcy is taking back control. She made it clear she wants change for someone who doesn't respect her. "I love myself. I honor myself," she said, adding that any changes she makes will be for her own peace, not to win approval. Now, Darcy is considering a major shift, downsizing her breast implants. She revealed she may go down a size or two by the end of the year, calling it a decision for her health, comfort, and confidence. "They're heavy. My back hurts. And I feel like my clothes will fit better," she explained. This wouldn't be her first reversal. She recently traveled overseas for a brow lift and is already planning another trip, this time with her sister, for a breast makeunder. Despite her long history of transformations, Darcy believes that sometimes less is more. So is she doing it for Georgie? Or is this the start of a more natural, self-loving chapter in her life? Darcy says it's about longevity. And for once, it sounds like she's putting herself first. Juan Daza's journey to America has been anything but smooth. The former cruise ship bartender met single mom Jessica during his time at sea, and their whirlwind romance quickly turned serious, especially after an unexpected pregnancy. He soon moved in with her, stepping into the role of a father not only to their newborn son, but also to her 2 young boys. But life on land wasn't what he had imagined. Juan, who first appeared with Jessica on Love in Paradise Season 3, confessed that adjusting to life in a small American town was jarring. Gone were the vibrant social nights of cruise life, replaced with babysitting, boredom, and a house that didn't even have doors for privacy. The contrast was overwhelming. Tensions escalated after Jessica's friend Megan confronted Juan, revealing that he had been sliding into other women's DMs. Messages full of flirty exchanges and emotional betrayals. Jessica was blindsided, and fans weren't surprised when drama exploded. Despite arranging a K-1 visa and committing to life with Jessica, Juan admitted he missed his cruise job deeply. His boss even called him repeatedly, asking him to return. When Jessica's friend Megan suggested he apply for jobs locally, he quickly rejected the idea. For Juan, the cruise life wasn't just a job, it was a dream. And taking any random job in a quiet town simply wasn't an option he could accept. Arguments over his career versus family responsibilities became frequent. Jessica accused him of being selfish and unwilling to adapt, while Juan felt confined, physically, emotionally, and professionally. Fans online chimed in too, calling out both of them. Many argued that they should have taken more precautions before bringing a child into a complicated, uncertain relationship. Others criticized Jessica for caging Juan in a life he clearly didn't want, pointing out that while she pursued her online boutique, Juan was expected to give up everything he loved. He openly admitted that his time flirting and socializing while on the cruise felt like the best part of his life, something he now viewed in contrast to his current reality. Despite all the drama, cheating allegations, and conflicting priorities, the couple appears to still be together. They now live in Wyoming, as seen in their Instagram posts, raising their children and even promoting themselves as travel agents. Jessica continues to run her online store, while Juan plays a more domestic role. They reached a major milestone on the June 15th episode when they officially tied the knot. Still, opinions are divided. While some fans are happy to see them work through their issues, others remain skeptical, questioning whether one will ever truly feel at home in a life he never really chose. Brandon Gibbs and Julia Trubkina have had quite the roller coaster journey since tying the knot. From clashing with his overbearing parents to facing personal losses, their relationship has been tested time and again. But now, the couple has surprised fans with an unexpected life update. Are they really planning to move to Japan? Brandon has always been known for his strong attachment to his family, especially his mom, Betty. That dynamic caused serious tension in the early years of his marriage, as Julia constantly felt like a third wheel in her own home. She never liked how involved Betty and Ron were in their lives, and adjusting to Brandon's family became one of her biggest struggles. Their disagreements have continued into happily ever after, where Julia has been vocal about her issues with Brandon. One major concern: his insistence that she keeps a promise to get a second medical opinion. While that storyline is still unfolding, Julia has been dealing with much more behind the scenes. Recently, Brandon and Julia dropped jaws by announcing a potential move overseas. Brandon shared vacation photos from their recent trip to Japan, showing him and Julia exploring the culture, food, and scenery. In one post, Brandon cheekily captioned, "Moving to Japan. What do you think, Mom?" leaving fans to wonder whether he was serious or just teasing. Though many believe he was joking, the sentiment hit home for longtime viewers. Brandon has always been tied to his mother's opinion, and fans were quick to remind him that he's a grown man who should prioritize his wife over his mom's preferences. Still, others were thrilled to see the couple enjoying themselves and reconnecting after everything they've been through. Behind their smiles in Japan is a lot of pain they've had to process. Not long ago, the couple lost their beloved pet, Simba, a devastating blow that deeply affected them both. As Julia tried to recover emotionally, she was hit with another setback when her car was broken into for the second time in America. The incident triggered a breakdown that left her hospitalized. She confessed that she needed space, healing, and a fresh start. That may be why this Japan trip felt different. It wasn't just a vacation, it was a reset. Julia has also been preparing for her parents to visit the U.S., going out of her way to arrange guest rooms for them. But once again, Brendan's ties to his mom caused tension. When Julia mentioned using both rooms for her parents, Brandon insisted that one was reserved for his mom, despite her living just an hour away. Julia corrected him quickly, saying it was a guest room, not Betty's personal space. Clearly, the boundary issues are still a sore spot. Still, despite the family drama, emotional setbacks, and personal hardships, Brandon and Julia seem stronger now than they've been in a while. Their photos from Japan show genuine happiness, something fans haven't seen from them in a long time. So are they really moving? Probably not. But what's clear is that they're finally carving out time for each other, and maybe, just maybe, taking the first steps toward living life on their own terms. Jasmine Pineda is turning heads again, this time for all the right reasons. After enduring a storm of personal heartbreak and public criticism, the 90-Day Fiancé star is stepping into a new chapter, one filled with purpose, healing, and generosity. Jasmine recently announced the launch of the Matilda Love Fund, a charitable initiative named after her daughter, Matilda. It marks a turning point not only in her personal life, but in the way she's choosing to use her platform. Jasmine has had a turbulent journey, especially in her relationship with Gino Palazzolo. From constant arguments to deep frustration over their intimacy struggles, things hit a breaking point when Jasmine proposed an open marriage to address her unmet needs. While Gino initially agreed and they renewed their vows, everything fell apart soon after. Eventually, Gino kicked her out, and Jasmine moved on. She began a new life with Matt, the father of her daughter. Despite facing intense backlash for getting pregnant with Matt's baby while still legally tied to Gino, Jasmine has remained strong. She gave birth during one of the most emotionally draining times of her life, and has since found happiness in her new family dynamic. Now, she's using that strength to give back. On her birthday, Jasmine revealed a heartfelt new tradition. Every year, she'll perform an act of love in Matilda's name. This year, she kickstarted the Matilda Love Fund by providing $250 worth of diapers and baby formula to a family in need. The supplies will be delivered directly to the recipient's doorstep. This isn't about the money, Jasmine shared. It's about love that stretches beyond the walls of your home. It's a reminder that someone, somewhere, cares. She hopes the fund will reach those going through hard times, especially single parents, those recovering from heartbreak, or anyone just trying to make it through a difficult season. The gesture comes just days after Jasmine publicly addressed her ongoing battle with Gino. He recently shared that he planned to delay their divorce until the economy collapsed so he wouldn't have to split his assets. Jasmine clapped back in an emotional Instagram story, calling out his actions as manipulative and controlling. "This isn't about a recession," she said. "It's about someone trying to use and abuse me to maintain power." She also made it clear she no longer wants anything from him, not even the thousands of dollars she once earned on his behalf. "He can keep it all," she said, "because I've taken my power back." Jasmine's followers flooded the comment section with support and praise. Many said her birthday initiative was one of the most touching things a public figure has done in a long time. Others applauded her strength, growth, and resilience. Even longtime critics admitted she's come a long way and are now seeing her in a new light. From emotional turmoil to new beginnings, Jasmine Pineda is proving that healing is possible, and that sometimes the best way to celebrate your life is by improving someone else's. Sarper is making headlines again. This time not for his relationship with Shakina, but for his rising career in stand-up comedy. The 90-Day Fiancé star recently took to social media to celebrate the success of his upcoming comedy shows, announcing that his first event has officially sold out. While some fans were excited to see him try something new, others are raising eyebrows over a legal storm brewing behind the scenes. Sarper, who married Shakina after surviving a rocky relationship filled with emotional highs and lows, appears to be chasing his version of the American dream. The couple's journey was anything but easy. Shekinah had strong opinions about his past, especially his involvement in adult entertainment and his work as a personal trainer for women. Though they managed to tie the knot and settle down, tension surrounding Sarper's past lingered. Now, as he dives into a stand-up comedy career, Sarper is facing fresh controversy. He was recently sued by Hypomania Productions for breach of contract after failing to appear at a comedy event he had previously agreed to. The initial lawsuit sought $35,000 in damages, but reports now suggest the total amount could be much higher. Lisa Sunstead, the owner of the production house and a fellow comedian, publicly addressed the fallout on TikTok. Without naming Sarper directly, she claimed that someone from reality TV insulted her, called her a nobody, and allegedly defrauded and defamed her. She even hinted that the drama may have involved more than just Sarper, suggesting his wife Shekinah may have played a role in souring the relationship. Despite the legal mess, Sarper's comedy career is gaining momentum. Fans were shocked when he announced that tickets for his debut show had completely sold out. Encouraged by the turnout, he has already booked a second event in Washington, D.C., scheduled for 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time, as listed on the event's official site. Many followers are praising Sarper for pushing forward and reinventing himself. Once seen as a controversial figure in the 90-day franchise, he's now surprising viewers with his hustle. However, not everyone is convinced. During his debut stand-up performance, which was featured on the show, Sarper went off-script mid-set to roast Shekinah's former crush, Dan, who happened to be in the audience. While some laughed, others found the act distasteful and awkward, with many saying the humor missed the mark. Dan wasn't amused either. He confronted Sarper from the crowd, adding to the tension of what was already a risky set. It was a moment that left audiences divided. Some praised Sarper's confidence, while others thought the joke went too far. Still, Sarper is staying focused. His Instagram posts show a man excited about his new path, proud of his sold-out shows, and seemingly unbothered by the backlash. Whether his comedy career continues to rise or collapses under the weight of controversy, one thing is clear: Sarper Gyven is no longer just a reality star. He's becoming a headline act, for better or worse. Talk about a jaw-dropping makeover. One 90-Day Fiancé star just stepped out looking like a completely different person, and fans are still trying to figure out what exactly happened. Her transformation has been so dramatic that many didn't even recognize her at first glance. The woman in question, Larissa Lima, known for her bold personality and even bolder beauty choices, Larissa has long been open about her cosmetic procedures. But now, she's made headlines for taking a very different path, one that shocked fans and silenced critics. Larissa previously underwent an extensive list of surgeries, altering her body from head to toe. From liposuction on her knees, thighs, and chin to a tummy tuck, not one but 3 Brazilian butt lifts and 2 breast augmentations. Her journey into plastic surgery was one of the most extreme in the franchise's history. She also had a nose job, fat removal, and even used Vaser liposuction to sculpt a six-pack. Her physical appearance became so dramatically enhanced that at one point, she was mistaken for a stripper during a public event, something that left her feeling deeply uncomfortable. But now, Larissa is reclaiming her body and her peace. In a deeply personal revelation, she admitted to struggling with body dysmorphia and finally decided to make a major change. Larissa revealed she removed her 1,500 cubic centimeters breast implants, saying the oversized chest no longer reflected who she truly wanted to be. She described the surgery as the most liberating and healing decision of her life. Gone is the ultra-glam, exaggerated look. In its place, a much more natural, relatable, and confident version of Larissa Lima. Her bust is now smaller and more proportionate to her frame, and she's embracing her curves like never before. The reality star has been proudly showing off her new look on social media, earning waves of praise from fans who admire her vulnerability and honesty. One follower wrote, "Yai is good for her." Another added, "Her back must feel so relieved." And others couldn't help but say how much happier and more confident she looks now. The response has been overwhelmingly positive. Many fans believe this shift marks a turning point not only in Larissa's appearance, but in her journey to self-acceptance. She herself admitted that removing her implants helped her feel like she finally reclaimed her body after years of chasing an ideal that wasn't truly hers. Larissa's new vibe? Fresh, grounded, and empowered. Whether or not you followed her full transformation journey, there's no denying it. This might be the best decision Larissa has ever made. And from the looks of it, she agrees. 90 Day Fiancé star Jasmine Pineda is once again at the center of controversy, this time over serious accusations that she's abandoned her children in Panama for the sake of her American dream. But is there more to the story than meets the eye? When Jasmine first appeared on the TLC series, fans learned she was a mother to 2 sons, JC and Juans, from previous relationships. However, ever since she moved to the US and married Gino Palazzolo, fans have barely seen her talk about her kids. The situation grew even more complicated when Gino made a shocking mistake. He forgot to include her sons' names on her K-1 visa paperwork. That error caused major delays in their immigration process, and Jasmine was furious. Since then, Jasmine has been in America for over 2 years without returning to Panama. She's now a U.S. citizen and recently welcomed a baby girl with longtime friend Matt Brownies. A twist that left fans wondering, has Jasmine moved on from her sons entirely? Online speculation quickly erupted, with some critics accusing Jasmine of abandoning her kids. The backlash intensified when a fan claimed in the comments section that she had lost custody of them. But Jasmine quickly shut down the rumors, stating, "Stop spreading lies. I have sole custody of my children, and we're just waiting on their visa approval." Despite the fierce backlash, Jasmine insists that she is doing everything she can to bring JC and Juans to the United States. She says the delay is due to immigration red tape, not neglect. Still, some fans aren't convinced. Adding fuel to the fire is Jasmine's close relationship with Matt, her baby's father. While she insists there's no romance between them, fans aren't buying it, especially after she posted vacation photos from Las Vegas where she appeared to be wearing a ring. Engagement rumors started flying, with fans speculating that Matt may have proposed. Jasmine has yet to address the ring directly. Meanwhile, she's also dealing with a personal health battle. Jasmine recently confirmed the return of her alopecia, which has taken a toll on her emotionally. Matt stepped in once again, whisking her away for a relaxing getaway to lift her spirits. Still, many fans remain focused on one question: what about the kids? Jasmine has pushed back on the absentee mother narrative by sharing screenshots of video calls with her children and photos of Juans, making it clear that she maintains contact. However, she rarely shares anything about JC, who was reportedly born with special needs. Jasmine may be intentionally keeping him off social media to protect his privacy. Most recently, Jasmine stirred the pot again with a cryptic Instagram caption. Posing in a stunning white corset dress, she threw shade at Gino's recession excuse and wrote, "I said I do to myself a long time ago." The post sparked renewed speculation about her love life, her marriage status, and once again, what's happening with her sons. Fans remain divided. Some are rooting for Jasmine to reunite with her children and applaud her for being honest about the struggles of immigration. Others believe her priorities have shifted and her actions tell a different story. So what do you think? Is Jasmine misunderstood and doing her best, or is she hiding something deeper from the world? Let us know your thoughts.